After months of you asking, I finally picked up the Origin Effects BassRIG Super Vintage preamp and overdrive pedal. Honestly, this is probably the pedal that gets recommended to me more than any other, well, maybe except for the Kali 76. But I see it in the comments all the time, and I get why. It's Origin Effects' take on the classic Ampeg SVT bass head and 8x10 cabinet packed into a pedal. So let's hear what it can do and put it up against a few hardware and software alternatives. But first, if you're new here, I'm Savage Fridays. I vlog about bass pedals, music gear, and so much more. If that sounds fun to you, please subscribe so I can keep making videos like these. Before we hear it, let's talk about what this thing really is. Origin Effects launched the BassRIG lineup in 2022 with the Super Vintage being one of two pedals released, the other being the black panel recreating Fender Bassman tone. You can check out my recent video on the black panel. Their goal wasn't just to make another SVT-style overdrive. They wanted to recreate the actual feel of playing through a classic Ampeg SVT stack. From the preamp and the power amp to the actual 8x10 cabinet sound, all within an all-analog circuit. That's a pretty ambitious goal because the SVT is one of the most iconic bass rigs ever made. Introduced in 1969, it completely changed bass amplification. It's known for tons of headroom, huge low end, and this unmistakable growl. And it's been the sound of rock records and arena stages for decades. The idea here with the bass rig is pretty simple. Instead of lugging around an 80-pound bass head and a huge cabinet that is difficult to move, you can get that character in a pedal that can go straight into your interface or to the front of house or right into your amp. Now, which one of these BassRIG pedals is the most well-received? Hard to say. I don't know the sales numbers on that. Maybe you want to call Origin Effects for those.
Call them now!
But from what I can tell in the comments and on the forums, people seem to prefer the Super Vintage. But is that more because reviewers are chasing SVT tone versus reviewers objectively think it sounds better?
I see nothing, I know nothing!
The black panel has plenty of fans too. And that 15 pedal, boy, every time I played the 15 in a series of recent videos, you guys were laying those comments on me thick and going into a swirl over whether to keep this or get that or add both. I wonder if the Super Vintage is more talked about simply because the Ampeg SVT is the more universally recognized amp compared to the Ampeg B15 Portaflex and the Fender Bassman and Showman amps. Also, I noticed Origin Effects themselves tended to feature the Super Vintage more heavily in the early marketing. Adam Blackstone, famous session musician and musical director backing artists like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, and so many more, was featured playing this pedal in the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show with Dr. Dre before the pedal was even out. And then if you come over to the Origin Effects artist page, you see artist after artist plugging the Super Vintage. Here's Blue La Tiger, Chris Chaney. Oh, hey, Ian. Tom Doyle, James Lomenzo from Megadeth, Super Vintage, and so many more. Shout out Tom Peterson from Cheap Trick. He's going with the black panel. And then shout out all the way down at the bottom here. Here's one producer, Steve Mostyn, who swears by the BassRIG 15. So yeah, super dominant in the marketing and a super universal bass amp and tone to chase. All right, let's plug it in and see how it sounds. Here it is, the BassRIG Super Vintage. Now, if you've been watching my videos and other videos on the BassRIGs, you're getting to know these knobs by now, but look at how cool they are in blue. Loving the color choices. Across the top, you have your line in, your line out, your DI out, which I'm running out of today. This top row of buttons is your output, your blend, and your drive. And then the bottom row are your EQ, bass, mid, and treble. Then you can toggle some mid cuts. This is modeling what's actually on an Ampeg SVT. 220 gives bigger, low mids. It adds or removes thump. There's warmth, there's body. You're cutting 220 hertz, which gives a slightly more modern and scooped sound. Love. And boosting it, you can make the bass feel bigger and fatter. The bass chain today is the Fender Precision Bass. This is made in America 2010. This is Olympic white. This is an anodized gold pickguard that I put on after I bought it. We're going right into the pedal XLR line out right into my Apollo Universal Audio interface.
Are you ready, kids?
Whoa.
Whoa, ass ahoy.
Immediately, flames. But it starts to drive and overdrive there, break up, which is really cool. This might give a little more chest punch and fullness. At 800, this gives you aggressive Ampeg bark that cuts through guitars. Cool. Let's hear 800. This gives classic SVT growl where finger attack and note definition come alive. Think Geddy Lee, Duff McKagan, Chris Squire, classic grind. I can go with that. And then 3K is in the middle. It gives upper mids and presence, affects pick attack, clank, string noise, and articulation. This is great if you want the bass to speak clearly without turning up the treble. So I'm going to turn up the mids a little bit, get more mids going. And let's hear how this sounds. Putting on cans with a little more bass in them. Oh my God, what a difference. I feel like I'm in a tin can in those in-ears. That's not very Duff. What did I say was Duff earlier? 800. Really?
Really?
She got eyes that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything is as fresh as a bright blue sky. The other toggle is the classic ultra high, ultra low toggle on this pedal. And then you have your DX cab sim, FX or FX bypass, and a ground lift. Oh yeah, you could really hear that SVT. SVTs have this jangle when you play with a pick and you're pushing, especially that 800 setting. Love.
I love it.
So I'm going back into one of my prior demo tracks in Ableton, and this was a demo that, I don't know if you guys caught this, but it's Sheryl Crow, If It Makes You Happy Like. Or is it the whole thing recreated for a music project?
I guess we'll never know.
Let's hear it with the BassRIG 15. Let's record the super vintage. Let's just listen back a little bit to that super vintage. I mean, in this kind of song, to me, the super vintage is filling it in more accurately to the recording, the original recording. I wonder what they used on the original recording. I do have an ear and preferences. SVT feels fuller. I'm calling it. Let's do the next comparison of the super vintage to the black panel. All right, let's record something with the super vintage. Here we go. Listening back to that, like the body on that. I mean, the Fender black panel has hot body too. It's just a fuller sound, and there's that mid thing again. The mids, you guys, and the way they punch through, especially for some of this funkier stuff. Hear that articulation of the mids, and then these. Cool. I didn't even do that on here. Definitely a muddiness on the basement that's really fun on the black panel sound. Hey, I really liked the black panel sound. There's no knocking it, but I'm going to say a few things. If I were walking out of the room right now to do a gig, this is coming with me, whether I had an amp or not, whether I knew the sound situation or not. The super vintage, it's landing every situation well, and the versatility with all of these mid controls and the toggles is really fun, and it gives me that live playing sound and feeling, especially in the rock stuff, and then playing with the mid, some of the funk. I'm just happy. I'm happy. Because I'm happy. So if I had to pick one, I'm going super vintage. I just feel like this will go further as the one. But the 15 is so fun and pillowy and studio-y, and it also sounded good in all the mixes. Let's check this out with some drums. have a few takeaways from today's video. Number one, that Go-Go song is so catchy and timeless. I couldn't help but sing it while playing the bass. Sorry.
Not sorry.
Number 2, this was a really hard video to make. Number 3, the Super Vintage is an incredible pedal. In fact, it's the one I would buy first for me personally, given its versatility and that growl and how it was coming through in all use cases. If I can splurge, I'm gonna have this one and the 15 in the studio, but that's a lot of
Damage.
So we'll have to see about that. Let me know down in the comments your ranking on the BassRIGs and what you thought about the Super Vintage. I'll see you all on the next one.